Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. Beyond measure.
I'm gonna show you how great I am. Last night I cut the light off in my bedroom, hit the switch, was in the bed before the room was dark. I'm gonna show you how great I am. Only last week I murdered a rock, injured a stone, hospitalized a brick. I'm so mean I make medicine sick. I'm gonna show you how great I am.
Hello everyone, get my head chopped off. There we go. Cheers everyone. And I spent all afternoon wrestling OBS. Couldn't even live stream there for a little while. Finally figured it out. It's because X downgraded me from premium because I haven't paid him yet. And I'm not gonna pay him as long as they have me in jail. So shit together, X. I appealed, but again, that's just in the 86 bin. So I'll just wait to 7. I think I got 5 more days now left. And the X base does work though, because I had a lady join earlier. I forgot to follow her back, unfortunately. I should have. MAGA supporter, so she's definitely welcome here. Everyone's welcome here. I don't care if you're a commie-crat. Come and debate me. Please, commie-crats, come and debate me. I will destroy you with truth. So, that means you won't show up to my channel because you're a bunch of cowards. Anyways. Sorry, that's some heartburn flaring up. My dumbass decided to have chili Fritos and Mountain Dew today for some reason, which was a bad mistake when I was out working. Just made me feel like shit for like 2.5 hours. I mean, I've learned that lesson the hard way numerous times, so why would I think it would be different this time around? Anyways, if anyone even cares about that, right? Gonna wrap up the, oh, look at me, stupid half Google screen here. Okay. What's wrong, Eagle? Hey, your brother get you with his weapons? Did he claw you? It was an accident. He didn't mean to. He's a good boy. He's a good boy too. They're so cute. I wish I could show them to you guys right now, but there's no way to do that. I don't have a loose webcam. I'm just using my laptop webcam. Anyways, we're getting into part 2 today of the First Amendment. We almost have it wrapped up. If you want to see what I went over yesterday, it's on YouTube, it's on Rumble. YouTube is the easiest way to find it, CommieTube. Because I have playlists and podcasts set up there. Or even an easier way to watch it is go to jd's2cents.com, and it's right there already, sitting waiting for you, all nice and pretty. Anywho, speaking of JD's 2 cents, shameless shirt and glass plug. If you want this beautiful glass that I'm sipping out of, it's on the website, jd's2cents.com, as well as permanently tired shirts and a bunch of other cool t-shirts. I have a bunch of other ideas. If you have ideas for t-shirts, please drop it in the chat, in the comments. And if I like it, I will post it on the shirt store. And I'll give you a creator discount if you want to get one. How's that sound? Give you your own special code on the shirt store. You send me good ideas so that you can get discounts. Okay? Fair enough. Anyways, Sorry, I'm spacey. It's because I ate the... See? Deleting myself here. Because I had those stupid Fritos and Mountain Dew. Caffeine fucks me up, and so does just garbage food. Why I ever thought to have that crap today. Anyways, forgive my spaciness. It's worse than usual. First Amendment. Let's get into it. Need to open it. Get to full screen here. Bum, bum, bum. Here we go. Here is the link, in case anyone wants to follow along with me. So, I'm going to refresh it because I don't like that purple highlight OCD. There we go. So what we went over yesterday, Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof or abridging the freedom of speech or of the press. And then we left off here, or the right of the people to peaceably to assemble. So I sort of halfway went through this. What I really want to touch on with the right of people to peaceably, or the right of the people peaceably to assemble. What happened during COVID, guys? What did all the governments of all 50 states tell us we couldn't do anymore? We can no longer peaceably assemble. And they hid behind the cloak of, well, we're exercising our executive authority for an emergency. Well, they didn't declare... They did not declare martial law. Martial law is the only thing in the country that can supersede the Constitution. And it's only for a limited amount of time. There's a lot of rules regarding that as well. And I got this hair sticking out. It's annoying. Anyways, that didn't happen in any of the 50 states. Okay? So, the fact that we, the people, complied in all 50 states with that and did not peaceably assemble, have parties, is what I'm getting at. Parties. What were we doing? What were we thinking? Come on. You know, we've heard the presidents in the past say the buck stops here. No, the buck stops with the people. Unless we give that power away. Okay? And we gave it away in droves during COVID. Because everyone was afraid. And I'm just going to say it. The vast majority of citizens of the United States today are cowards. You are. This is the one time I won't say there's three fingers pointing back at me. Because at least I'm doing something. I'm speaking out. I'm doing my damnedest to not ever be a coward ever again. And to my shame, yes, there were times I put a fucking mask on and I cowered to the bullshit that went on during COVID too, to my shame. But I am vax-free. I've never got stuck with that poison. Proud to say that. And I never will. Fuck that. If you have, I hope you'll be okay. Hey, stop that. You're gonna knock the... Stop! Iggy. He's trying to knock my fan over. Give me a sec, guys. Hey, stop. You brat. You know what you're doing. You're just being a brat. Yeah, you are. I love you. But you're a brat. Oh, dogs. They're just like furry children. You're not giving me attention. I hear you talking. You're not giving me attention, so I'm going to knock this fan over. They knocked it over the other day. That was by accident, though. Anyways, I digress. What I was saying, I don't want to be too long-winded on this. You get what I'm saying, okay? And I challenge you, quit being a fucking coward. What the governments of the United States saw is a bunch of cowards. And what they're going to try to do again is do something similar, where they test us, we the people, again. So are we going to stand up for our rights next time, is what I'm getting at. Because it's going to happen again in our lifetimes. I guarantee you that. So stand the fuck up. The most powerful two letters in the English language are N-O. The most powerful word is no. You just say no. When in California, where I'm at, they tried to do a second, or they didn't try, they did a second wave of mask mandates after the first wave. In the second wave, I was like, fuck this. So I'd walk into Walmart or wherever, and every time they're like, you have to wear this mask. I'm like, no, I'm not going to. I have a medical condition. And I walked right by them, and I did my shopping. Fuck you. And I actually do have a medical condition. So I'm not saying lie. Okay? If you don't have a medical condition, just say no. I'm not going to. Do you want my business or not? Fuck you. Not doing it. And if not even the majority, it's been proven that if 10% of people act a certain way, then the rest of people will fall in line with that 10%. So if 10% of people said, no, fuck you, I'm not wearing a mask, I'm going to shop, and you're not going to do anything about it, then Walmart and all those other stores would be like, yeah, okay, guess we're not going to enforce the mask mandate. And that's what I want to reiterate here. Without the people's consent, government has no power over us whatsoever. It's only the power we hand to them. And unfortunately, we handed it to them in droves during COVID. I get that you were scared, but being scared is no reason to cower like a child and be a fucking coward when you know it's wrong. For those of you that didn't know that what happened during COVID was wrong, then you need to go get an IQ test. Because you're fucking retarded. Okay? It's that simple. So, right of people to peaceably assemble. The government cannot tell you you cannot have house parties. You're allowed to meet together, to be together, to form together. And as long as you're not conspiring and being a terrorist organization that's going to harm others, harm the United States of America, then you have every right to assemble and do whatever the fuck you want. What that say? Again, these are my 2 cents. Chime in if you have. Oh, and that reminds me, if you're a nerd for this stuff, I'm not. I like to read about it, but I'm not like a super nerd about it. You just click on First Amendment Explained here, this button, and look at all the stuff they go over. It's a Bible's worth of legalese. No thanks. And read all that with a grain of salt. Because again, I want to reiterate, the Founding Fathers wrote this so that we, the average layman, could understand it and know what our rights mean without experts telling us what it means. And that's what all this bullshit is experts telling us what it means, which is very dangerous. It's the government telling you what it means. The government doesn't need to tell you what this stuff means. It's in plain black and white English with very little wiggle room. Okay, and this is the other point I want to make here. People usually lump these two together, the right of the people to peaceably assemble and to petition the government for a redress of grievances. People assembling is one thing. It means all assembly. Whenever you want to get together with friends, or just get together with people, debate, whatever you want to do, have a party, right? A party, like party, or just a party of people that are getting together for a common cause, or two separate parties getting together to debate each other. We have every right to do that peacefully. That's another thing I want to say about this. Black Lives Matter riots. What else? I will say the J6 riots to, well, not riot. Well, yeah, it was a riot because they broke glass. That may not have been right wingers that actually did that. Who will ever know? They still trespassed into the Capitol, which is the people's house, okay? It's the people's capital. However, there are certain ways to go about petitioning the government, which we're about to get to. But it wasn't peaceful, is what I'm getting at, okay? It was peaceful assembly is staying outside of the building and standing there and, you know, with your signs and all of that. That's legal. That's peaceful. That's all I'll say on that. But then, and to petition the government for a redress of grievances. Again, holding your signs, showing up in vast numbers, having a presence as the people, to pressure the government. I've said this a lot. If we could get full time, like 1 million people in Washington, D.C., full time for like a year straight, to show those swamp creatures that we mean business, things would change. They would. Because those congressmen and senators, they still have to drive through the crowd, you know, get into the Capitol, get in and outside the Capitol. They would feel the presence. They would feel the pressure. And it would get to them eventually. So there's the right way to do things, there's the wrong way. January 6th, even if it was initiated by leftists that were planted there in the crowd, which is, or even like deep state operatives, which I think definitely happened. I forget his name right now, but the FBI dude that was there, saying, we need to go in. Oh, what's his fucking name? I should know this. Anyways, shady shit happened that day. But again, the buck stops with we the people. So the crowd, you know, people, individual people, for the most part, are smart. People, crowd people, stupid. Oh, I'm just going to do what everyone else is doing. Grow the fuck up. Say no. Again, say no. This is wrong. Stop. Don't do this. Use the word no more, especially you men. Okay? Talking to men out there. Be a fucking man. Say no. Say fucking no. You'll be surprised how effective it is in a very short amount of time. Whether it be with a group of people, your wife, your kids. Be a fucking man. Man the fuck up. Say no. That's about all I have to say on the First Amendment. So, if anyone wants to share their 2 cents, drop it in the chat, drop it in the comments if you come across this later. Oh, what else? So, we'll hop into the news now on X, even though I'm in jail right now. Fuckers. You want to see what happened? I have a video from Sunday, this last Sunday, about it, because that's when it happened. Told James Carville he just needs to die already. She does. Old fossil. Hateful old fossil. Just tired of listening to him and watching him spit his nasty chaw dripping out of his nasty face. Disgrace to the Marine Corps uniform. I can say that because I served honorably for 5 years as a Marine. So, anywho, hop into X. We'll get rid of this. So I'm going to do Bill of Rights, all the way 1 through 10. Then I'm going to go into Declaration of Independence after that, and then the body of the Constitution after that, and then the rest of the amendments after that. So it's going to be a pretty long series on this stuff. More important stuff will come up here and there, and then I'll break from the series, but then I'll get back to it. So hopefully you guys will enjoy this. And again, when I don't have any stuff left to talk about in my first 30 minutes, which is my time, bottom half of the hour is all your time to share your 2 cents, and me to just interject here and there what I think. But yeah, that's how it's going to run for the next. It'll probably take a few months total to get all the way through it. But it's important to know what our rights are, guys. If we don't know what our rights are, we can't exercise them. So what's the point? Right? Right. Cheers to having rights still. We're lucky that we still have them. But quickly dwindling if we the people don't man the fuck up. Start saying no. Anywho. X feed. I don't know much about this Walls guy. More will come out in the future, obviously. Oh, looks like Jen messaged in. Oh yeah, the fairness doctrine on Wikipedia, the law I was telling you about regarding equal time to contrary views. Well, I don't usually reference that site. This seems accurately reported. And guess who eliminated it? Obama. I have time to do that, so... Oh, Jen, your profile popped up. Sorry about that. When I clicked on your message. Get out of there. Sure, you don't really care. That's just your ex profile. But if you do, let me know, and I'll scrub it from my recordings and everything. I don't want to dox anybody here. It's the last thing I want to do. Anyways, let's go to that article, because I looked it up myself earlier today. So yeah, that's a good idea. Let's do that instead of the X feed. I hate to listen to these people. Let's just do this real quick since it's trending right now.
Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening.
That's all I can take. She is so cringe. God forbid she gets near the Resolute desk. Anyways. Look up that fairness doctrine. Well, this is Ronald Reagan Presidential Library, so that'll even be a better source than Wikipedia, probably. We'll just read the headline here. The Fairness Doctrine mandated... Oh, I'll go to full screen. You guys can actually see what I'm talking about. There we go. The Fairness Doctrine mandated broadcast network devotee time to contrasting views on issues of public importance. Here's the link. If you want to read it yourself, I'm just going to touch on some key points. So the Fairness Doctrine, enforced by the Federal Communications Council. Already I have issue here because this is not law, but the FCC, a three-letter agency, decided to make up a rule. And if you didn't follow that rule, then you were going to face fines and all sorts of stuff. Like, this is the fourth branch of government we got to get rid of, guys. Got to just raise it to the ground and start over. Because they are the main enemy of we the people. Having said that, I'm all about mandating through Congress, a congressional act, and passing a law. And actually it would take a constitutional amendment to do it the right way, do it the legal way. Because the Constitution is the supreme law of the land, and what did we just read in the First Amendment? Freedom of the press, period. Like, there's no gray area there. So to supersede that, to amend that, you have to actually amend the Constitution of the United States. So I will say this, all of this, and again, I'm not going to read the whole thing. I have not nearly that amount of time. Only 4 or 5 minutes left. But I'll just touch on some key points here. Basically, in a nutshell, what they're saying here is you got to, if you devote 10 minutes on ABC to Obama and his standpoint, it doesn't even have to be Obama showing up on ABC, you got to devote 10 minutes to Trump. Or if it's Biden or Trump, you get what I'm saying. The left gets 10 minutes, the right gets 10 minutes to debate, rebuttals, right? So I'm all for that. But again, to legally supersede that part of the First Amendment, there has to be a new amendment added to the Constitution to make this actually legally binding. With that, again, I'm all for equal time on the air, because it's obvious to us now, the media, the mainstream media, they have to be governed in some way or another, because they've completely become shills for the left. And that is just, it's not only super dangerous, it's stupid, and it's literally destroying our country from the foundation up. So this needs to become an amendment in the Constitution. So, it existed for a while, and again, I read this earlier today, so I'm just paraphrasing. Read it for yourself. And I'll just take Jen's word for it, if I trust her. Under Obama, it was, let's see, it's not very long. Anyways, basically, that's it in a nutshell. Okay, so it's a great idea, and it was actually enforced by courts and everything in this country for a while, for a few decades. And then it finally went away. I don't know if this says under Obama. Doesn't really say anything about it in this article. The Wikipedia article is longer, so I will get that link for you guys. Yeah, here it is. It's a great idea. So there's the link to the Wikipedia article as well. You can use Wikipedia with a grain of salt, because it's just written by a bunch of laymen like you and I. But again, so-called experts out there are some of the biggest dumbasses too. So anyways, what else we got here on X? How much time do I have? A minute and a half, probably. Yeah, less than that. About a minute. We'll wrap it up here. I don't see anyone engaging right now, so I probably will wrap it up the bottom half of the hour. Thanks, Jen, for the message. Appreciate you. Cheers to you. Fairness doctrine is a great idea, but again, to do it the right way, we need to have a constitutional amendment, because the Constitution is clear that the media is free of government regulation. So, therefore, we need to amend the Constitution. I don't know what it would be now, 28, 29, something like that, to say the media must give equal time to both major political parties in the United States, and then define what major political parties are, how many people are part of that party, or however you would do it. Wouldn't be that difficult. Difficult part's getting the votes, because the Democrats will definitely do everything they can to not have the constitutional amendment pass, and it takes 2/3 majority or a consensus of state legislatures. Either way, it's a tough haul. With that, guys, I'm out of time. I don't see anyone here, so I will wrap it up for the evening. God bless, and be of courage. And again, don't worry. I forgot to do this yesterday. Sorry. But I need to do this because it's important. Where did it go? Oh, there it is. It's turned off for some reason. Remember, 99% of things you worry about will never happen, so live in the present moment. Hug your kids, hug your pets. If you don't have pets, get a pet and hug it. Cheers, everyone. Don't worry. Be happy. Live life. Cheers.